Um, okay.
Link button.
Hi, everyone. Let's find, let's get going here. Come on. I just want to find my stream here. Okay, so today is mental health, or Let's Talk Day in Canada. And that is basically, it's a mental health initiative. So I'm doing another mental health stream to talk about depression and anxiety. There we go. Let's get on here. So remember now that I can do the chat. Let's just pause this here. There we go. Okay. Open the chat panel. Okay. So let's so just for what is the word I'm looking for? My brain's not working right now. We were supposed to do this at 11, but Logan woke up, so that didn't work. I have Logan on me right now, and he's not too happy about being in the carrier, but it's getting close to his nap time, and he's getting cranky. So anyway, just before we get it started, I do have chat open on my phone. There is about a minute delay, so if I don't see your chat right away, I will see it in about a minute or so. Anyone who wants to leave a message, talk about their story. Sorry, I'm standing up. I'm bouncing Logan a little bit, so my voice is kind of going to go farther away. And if you're watching me, you are now seeing the back of the carrier. I apologize. Yeah, anybody who wants to talk in chat, feel free to do so. I will address you on stream because I have my phone with the chat open. Ha ha, I figured it out. So, I can talk, I swear. Let's Talk Day is a mental health initiative in Canada that the phone company Bell started. Basically, any share of, they have a video out on Facebook. If you search Bell Let's Talk, you'll find it. Any view of the video and share of the video, they donate 5 cents to mental health awareness. Also, or mental health awareness, research for mental health is what they donate this money to. It's also for calls, I think long distance calls and texts. What is with me today? I swear I can speak. Mental health, so they fund, like, they donate all of this to mental health research. Last year they got something like $3 million donated in one day. So that's why the hashtag is there, because if you share the hashtag as well, they donate 5 cents. So I'm just trying to talk about mental health and stuff today. I know I did a stream last week about it, so it's kind of quick.
Studio mode.
Let's
checkbox.
See
start recording
anyone's
button.
Watching. Oh, maybe I should get out of OBS and then
100% volume unmute. Pause. But YouTube video player. Elapsed time. 0 watching. 2.
Hello, 2 people watching. Feel free to put messages in the chat. I've got my phone here. Like I said, there will be a delay, but it's there. I can see it now. So, if you missed last week's stream, I suffer from major depressive disorder and anxiety disorder. I was misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I'm working on getting rid of that. And the reason that happened was when the psychiatrists were trying to find the right medication for me, they kept changing my meds very quickly, and I was actually on antipsychotics at the time. So of course that threw me all out of whack, and that led them to believe that I was bipolar. So it's very, very important for you to look do. I'm not saying become Dr. Google or anything, because that's not helpful. But it's always important to research and learn about your mental health so that you can advocate for yourself, especially if you have a physical disability, because unfortunately that tends to put you in a category of that you already don't know how to advocate for yourself. I'm not entirely sure why. That's just my experience. Sorry, I'm just. So I guess today I'll just talk to you about a few stories of some of my mental health, because you can't end the stigma around it if you don't talk about it. So I guess the most recent thing would have been my postpartum depression with Logan, and if I hadn't actually had these baby carriers to help me bond with him, that actually helped, because at first it was when Eric would get home from work, it was okay, keep the baby away from me, keep the toddler away from me, and you stay away from me, because I was just so touched out. And I know it seems counterintuitive that you're not touched out when you have a baby on you, and sometimes I do get touched out, but it's just the bonding. It's also a chemical process. Oxytocin being the love hormone, and want to bond, it'll help bond with your baby, helps release, skin to skin, helps release that hormone. So these carriers are great for having the baby near you and snuggle you, and babies love snuggles. That's my hair, buddy. That's my hair. And so I guess going back a little bit further, I really had a major bout of depression when I got hit by the car in 2012. And I ended up actually dropping out of university because of it. And I think that was because... Yes, Logan? What are you saying? Are you talking because Mommy's talking? Yeah? I think that was because I never really thought about how much I actually had to trust drivers until I was hit by a car. And the car that hit me wasn't even moving. He was hit from behind by someone who wasn't paying attention. So that just really hit home how much I have to trust, and how much blind people in general have to trust the drivers that we share the road with. And it's absolutely terrifying that you're basically at the mercy of people who are operating these vehicles and not paying attention sometimes. Yes, Logan, I know. So that caused me a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, because I was always a really good traveler. So it really, it got me depressed, because at first I thought it was my fault that I got hit, but it wasn't. And I just, every time I tried to go out, I was having panic attacks. I got freaked out by cars passing me in parking lots. It was bad for a long time. Really bad. Okay, so somebody just said that they were at this meeting with 2 other moms and 2 facilitators, and thinking about medication for being on postpartum depression. And the 3rd mom was saying, maybe you just need to do more yoga. I can understand how that's frustrating, because I have a few friends who really don't like that I'm on medication. There are, and I unfortunately I just have to be on medication, and it gets frustrating when you have people saying, oh, you don't need medication. Those people don't know what you're going through. Never trust, I shouldn't say never let somebody tell you that you don't need medication because they're not you. Just because somebody else doesn't need medication doesn't mean you don't. I take 2 different medications. I take Celexa and Abilify, and I'm not ashamed to take medication if it's something I need. So it's very, very frustrating. I can totally understand where you're coming from, Sophie. That would piss me off. I would love to do yoga. Don't get me wrong. I would love to find yoga for the blind because I think it would help me with my back pain. But you don't tell somebody that yoga is a substitute for medication. It may be a substitute for medication for you, but you don't need to tell somebody who's suffering from depression that they don't need medication. They should just do more yoga. I don't agree with that at all. I have to say that's definitely GER-worthy for sure. Oh, Sylphity one. Sorry about mispronouncing your name. My phone read it. I blame technology for mispronouncing your name. Sorry. So yeah, I actually have had friends. I've had family members tell me I should get off the antidepressants, and if there comes a time in my life when that is possible, that would be amazing. It's not like I'm enjoying being on antidepressants, but I am enjoying stability. I am enjoying clear-mindedness. I am enjoying not laying on the bathroom floor screaming my head off because I'm so sad. So, I'm okay with taking antidepressants if it's going to keep that from happening. It doesn't mean that, I depend on them to fix my emotions. That's another thing that I get told, that I depend on the antidepressants to fix my emotions, which is bull. That's not at all what it is. It helps me chemically calm my brain down because I have a chemical imbalance. So when it does that, it allows me, as the person, to take responsibility for my emotions and my actions. I am not one of those people whose excuse is, oh, I'm sorry, I've been treating you like crap. My meds aren't working. If I am treating, I'll say I'm having a really bad day, or, if my meds stop working, I'll say my meds aren't working, I'm having trouble controlling my emotions. I'm not going to out and outright say my meds aren't working, therefore I am not accountable for how I act. No, that's not okay. And that's not something I make a habit of doing. I'm definitely a little concerned that my boys may suffer from depression. I think it may run in my family, but I'm always going to be there for them. Always. I'm never going to be, telling them to cut it out or just get over it. If they ever truly have this issue, I will never say that. I will never say get over it. Because it just doesn't help, and it doesn't work that way. Sorry, you see me playing around with stuff. That's part of my anxiety. If I can't think of something to say, I start messing around with stuff. I just unzipped the panel in my carrier because I'm just kind of playing around with it. Sorry, I just stood up. I'm going to see if Logan will eat. he's covered up, so you guys aren't gonna see anything. So I'm not gonna get in trouble from YouTube. Yay. um, See, my train of thought just ran away again. I hate that. That's the other problem with things, with doing streams like this, is you have all these things that you want to say, and then your mind just goes blank, and then you sound like a complete moron with nothing to say and nothing planned. So if there's while I'm trying to think of something, while I'm trying to think of the other thing I wanted to say, I know that there's a couple of people watching. Oh. Yeah, Self51 says she does a shit ton of yoga and exercise, and she's okay with taking meds too, and she feels like she has super coping powers compared to before, and that's true. Like once you're on the right meds, and you have other things that you do, right, for like exercise. For me, doing this parenting blind is part of the thing that helps me with my depression. It really does help once you have the right meds and you're doing other things. It really helps to cope. It helps you cope, and you feel like a totally different person. And for me, the problem is, the scary thing is when I feel the depression coming back on, because when my depression gets really bad, it's scary for me. So it's like I'm hyper vigilant for the depression, and I watch for it because it just scares me. Especially now that I've got kids, I don't ever want to be that depressed with kids. I know that I will, I have had depression. I have had bouts of depression with the kids. It's never been horrible. I just don't want it to get there. So I. Okay, pretty good. We've. Depression is a terrifying thing when you're by yourself, but when you're in charge of other people, you either forge through it or you don't. I have so far done my best to forge through it. My little guys are too young to understand, so but there have definitely been days where I've been couch bound and where I've just been pretty much useless to my boys, and it makes you feel worse. But you just gotta. It's easier said than done, but you gotta find the strength to just and your kids, my kids anyway, they really help me. My little sister actually helped me too when I was a teenager. Because she was just always so happy to see me that it was like, I can't leave her. I can't do anything to hurt myself because I can't leave her. So yeah, kids can be an amazing source of strength, and they don't have to ever know. They don't have to, you don't have to give them that job of saving you, because that's not fair. But kids are an amazing source of strength. They have been for me. I would do anything for my kids. I would, nobody stands between me and my kids. Nobody stands between me and my kids. Yeah, they're an incredible source of strength for me. And I wouldn't change it for a thing. I love my kids to death. Right, Logan? Hey, right? You grabbing my mouth now? That's hard to do a live stream when you're grabbing my mouth. That doesn't work very well. I have a baby grabbing my face. Here, let me turn to the camera. You can see he's got a hand coming out from the hood, and he's trying to grab my face. You need a nap. Yes, you do. You need a nap. Yeah. So I'm glad I was able to find people or answer people's chat messages. It makes me feel much better. I feel bad for missing the last person's chats in the stream last week. Yeah, I know. I want to actually give a shout out to that person, Brian Moore. If you're watching this stream, I have figured out how to do chats. So next time, if you're in the live stream, feel free to chat to me. I feel bad for missing your stuff. I think I've got to cut things off. I've got the 3-year-old running around, and I've got. Yes, honey, I know. And I've got Mr. Logan who's refusing to go to sleep. So.
Stream help. Stream help. Heading level 3. Lip. Heading level
3. I would
link.
like to thank everyone for watching.
0 hour. Elapsed time.
Please, if anyone's having any issues with depression or anxiety, there are suicide hotline numbers. There are depression hotline numbers. There are crisis centers locally. If I didn't have the kids running around, I would have prepared a list of those numbers to put in the description. That was my plan. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to sit down long enough to get that together. Even if you just need to talk to a friend, talk to a friend. It's okay to talk to people. This whole initiative is to end the stigma against depression and mental health issues. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing in the chat. I hope we can all get together soon. Hopefully now that I've figured out chat, we can get some more people in here and start having some discussions. So, thanks again for watching, everybody, and we will talk another time. Have a good day, everybody.
Transition. Add config proc 100.